Martin here. Um, Another great day, right? I was telling my wife the other day, like, this whole mentality, like, thought process thing of, like, not really being emotionally connected to my feelings, I guess is the way to say it, makes for some pretty good days. There's not a lot that I allow to disrupt my day or even disturb me. Is I've come to kind of the place where, like, it's just not that important, right? I don't need to fight with people. I don't need to argue. I don't even need to be right. People are where they are, and it is what it is, and they can think what they want and go from there, right? So it's been pretty interesting, like, living by the premise, doing the right thing for the right reason makes life really easy. At least for me, right? And I guess for some people who don't want to live right, it would make things pretty difficult, or even complicated. But, like, the one thing I do know is, like, I'm going to do what I have to do regardless. You know what I mean? And that's an interesting thought, because it's easy to do things for other people in my life than it is for myself. And I come to this realization today, right? Like, I've done a lot of amazing things in my life. I've done a lot of difficult things in my life. I've done some very challenging things in my life, and I was thinking about them today. I went on my walk for my 75 hard for my second workout today. Oh, I'm doing a 7-day fast currently, and my mind kept saying that I need to eat today. I need to eat because I've done 8 workouts in the last 3 days. Half of them have been pretty intense, right? The new program I'm on, a lot of supersetting, a lot of high intensity, real short breaks, very heavy. Left to me and to decide the weight I'm going to move, it's heavy, right? So they've been hard, and I've never done 8 workouts in 3 days on a fast, right? The most I'd ever done, I did 75 hard, or tried to do 75 hard, maybe a year ago, and I did the first 8 days fasted, but mostly walking, maybe some running, but the lifting I did it wasn't heavy or, like, hard. There was a lot of breaks, right? Because it wasn't high intensity at all. The weightlifting I do isn't that way, or it's easy. It's not high intensity at all. And so it was easy to get through that, right? And so, like, my mind today was like, you need to eat. And I started thinking to myself, like, why am I having these thoughts, right? Why is my mind trying to get me to do something that I said I wasn't going to do, which is eat for 7 days, right? I had already expected to do at least 2 workouts a day. I wasn't expecting the thirds on a couple days. I wasn't. Excuse me. I wasn't probably expecting the intensity that I have currently, but it is what it is. And I started thinking about, like, well, I've done hard things in my life. Why is this one changing, or, like, the thought process of it? And I was like, because everything that I've done hard in my life, for the most part, has been for a reason or for someone else. I started thinking about, like, I've never really done anything difficult for me, right? And this is kind of like that whole, like, this new awakening of, like, this understanding of who I am, and kind of coming into, like, trying to become the best version of myself. And, like, you know, I can get a master's degree and do it for my family, do it for my wife, do it for the job that I have, right? Because I need it, and I won't fail because I need to do it. I didn't do it very well, right? I did the bare minimum, but I did it. And this is kind of like concluding some of that, or not concluding, but continuing some of that thought process. Like, I fasted for 40 days, right? But I did it for Hefty's father and Minard's wife, Vivian, right? Like, it was for somebody else. My wife would constantly tell me, like, hey, you can't quit here because this is not for you. This is for other people. And you know what I mean? So, like, in doing some of these things that I've done, right? Running a marathon or a half marathon. Actually, I've never ran a marathon. Half marathon. But I did it for somebody else, right? I had a different goal in mind. Just doing the 30-day fast, my wife had bet me, so I did it, right? And like, so the 7-day fast is for me, right? And when I do things for myself, it's easy to quit, right? I don't know if that's the same way for you, but for me, I find that if it's just for me, I don't really put a lot of stock and a lot of value in it, right? And so in that sense, like, I'm not going to be mad at me for quitting. As sad as that sounds, right? Now, other people might be mad at me if I quit on something for them. They may even be mad if I quit on something for myself because they see me not following through, right? And I've talked about that before, like how many times have we let our families down by not following through with the things we said that we were going to do, or becoming the people we say we were going to become. Like, there's lots of letdowns, lots of empty promises that I've come to understand over the last few months as I'm doing this process. But when it comes for me, just being me, right, like, it didn't matter. I didn't eat, so let me just get that straight now. But the crazy part was just the idea that I could, and me trying to find all the reasons and excuses to do it, right? And I always say, man, we can't negotiate with the weakness, right? We can't allow the weak voice to dictate who we become or who we are, and we need to let the boss voice dictate that, right? And so, like, it's crazy as I was kind of thinking through, even with all this personal development and, like, screw your feelings, like, it don't matter how you feel, you do what you got to do, thought process. When I put it in perspective, when I'm doing these things, like, I'm a very stoic person when it comes to my family, right? Because I want to provide and protect for them. But if it was just something for me, like, right, I don't really care. It doesn't hold value the same way, and that's the thing that has to change, right? I need to be able to follow through with something for myself, right? Because that's how I become a better version of me for my family. Not because I can follow through with something for them, but because I can follow through with the things that I need to do for me to become the best version of myself for them, And so it was interesting as I had that thought process today, right? Like, I can't believe I do this. You know what I mean? I can't believe that I quit on me more than anything. My question to you guys is, how often do you guys quit on yourselves? And we may not necessarily see it. Like, that is a pretty intense process to have to even look at to see, because, like, I get things that I do for me and things I do for other people mixed up, right? Because I feel like I'm doing things for me, but really I'm doing things for other people. Whether it be for validation, whether it be for approval or acceptance, whatever, right? Love, attaboy, whatever, right? Like, there's things that we do in our lives that we think that we're doing for ourselves, and we'll tell ourselves that we're doing for ourselves. But in the end, if I really be honest about it, I do it for other people. And when it comes to having to do things for me, I don't. Like, I struggle. Like, shaving every day or shaving most days. I mean, even there's a struggle, right? Even trying to do it for my wife. But to do it for me because I want to look good or feel good, I ain't doing it. You know what I mean? So this process of exploration and kind of like figuring some things out has been pretty intense. Because really, I think what you come to realize is you're not who you think you are. Or you're not the person you thought you were. And the person that you sell yourself as, right? Like, at least that's what I've learned about me. But I believe that the person that I think I see is the person that I can be. The person that I see is the person that I can be, and I'm excited about that person. So I just wanted to share some thoughts that I had today about some revelations that I had. I didn't get the Facebook post put up today, which I have the next 30 days. I don't know why I didn't do it. But I'll get it done for sure tomorrow again, right? And we continue on with what we've been doing. But I want to challenge you guys to slow down and ask yourself, look at your thoughts, evaluate them, and ask yourself why you're thinking those things. What are you thinking about, and why are you thinking it, right? When you tell yourself not to do something or to do something, why are you asking yourself to do it or not do it, right? What are you feeling when you think that? What right? Like all these things, like really connecting to self. Don't get on your phone and start looking at it, right? Don't start turning on the TV or radio or something to try to drum out the thought. No, sit with your thoughts, right? And meditate on them and see what that looks like for you, right? And ask yourself who's in control. So I just want to share with you guys some things today. I just wanted to let you guys know that God loves you, and so do I. I hope you have a great day, and God bless you.